In this lesson, we'll kind of skim the surface of the edit envelope tools in Max so we can get some better deformations out of those cables. As we saw in the previous lesson, if we were to, let's say, select one of our engine controls and go ahead and bring that up, you can see the deformations we're getting out of our cables. It's very unnatural. Alright, so what we'll want to do is go ahead and tweak them, and we'll take a look at one primary tool we can use to do that. And with that said, we do cover the envelope tools in Max in our Intro to Rigging course. So if you're interested in delving into that, you can go ahead and check that course out. Okay, with that said, what I'm going to go ahead and do is make sure that this engine is lifted up so we can see the deformation, see the problems. That way we can fix the problems a lot easier. Now from here I'll go ahead and select both cables and head over to the Display tab. Now underneath the Display Properties rollout, right at the bottom, we want to go ahead and turn on Vertex Ticks. This way we can see the CVs we need to edit the weights of. Alright, with that done, let's head over to the Modify panel, go ahead and select this left cable, and now we'll go ahead and turn on Edit Envelope. What we'll also want to do is check on vertices, so we can select those vertices and start to edit their weight, or how much pull they're receiving by these envelope objects. Alright, from here we'll go ahead and scroll down until we get to what is called the weight tool. That's underneath the same rollout, the parameters rollout of the skin modifier, but you can find it underneath the weight properties. Here it is, the weight tool. Alright, so with that now brought up, we can now go ahead and start to select these green points. These are the ones we need to be concerned with. These are our CVs, and this is what we'll use to start to correct the bending we're getting out of this cable. So let's go ahead and select these 3 points here. We don't want to select the first point because that's what's keeping our cable connected to the engine. Alright, so we'll select the 3 following points. The first 2 are kind of hard to see because they're right on top of the blue points, but if you kind of navigate around, you'll start to see them. But with these 3 selected, the next thing we want to do is choose the envelope object we'd like to start to add weight to. So in this case, we want to go ahead and add weight to our upper cable. Right now they have a full weight of 100% to going to this lower cable envelope control, as we can see from the weight tool. Alright, so to start to add weight to this upper cable with it selected in our list, we can now go to set weight and start using this plus sign. Let's go ahead and click this about 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And notice that'll start to bring this cable down. Great. So from here I'll go ahead and deselect this first point by just alt clicking it. And then we can go ahead and click 3 more times. From there we'll go ahead and deselect the next point. Again, just alt click it. And then with this last point selected, we can go ahead and click about 4 times. And notice now how much better this deformation looks. Definitely looks more natural than what we had before. Alright, so with that done, we can go ahead and continue this process. I'm going to go ahead and now select this red point. And I'll go ahead and add some weight to the lower cable. You can see it has a full weight going to the upper cable. Alright, so we'll want to go ahead and select the lower cable, and now start to use that plus sign on set weight to bring this up. So I'll go ahead and select that 3 times. And if you need to, you can go ahead and use the minus button to remove the weight. Alright, so that looks good. You can go ahead and go to the next point, green one, and just click that once, see how that looks. Alright, I think that will work. Alright, so now that our left cable is done, again, looks a lot better than what we had before. Can now go ahead and exit Edit Envelope mode, select our left engine, alt right click and choose Transform to 0 to bring that back down. And now from here we can select our cable, head back over to the Display tab, and uncheck Vertex Ticks. Alright, let's go ahead and do the same for the right cable. I'll just go ahead and bring the engine up. And there are ways we can actually mirror our weights across, but again, this is just an introductory course, So basic, so we're not going to cover that in this. But we do cover how to do that in our intro to rigging course. So selecting our cable, we'll go back to the modify panel. Go ahead and turn on edit envelope. We can do that by selecting the button or just toggling the selection of our skin modifier. Either way, let's go ahead and select the vertices. Notice we cannot select them yet until we turn on select vertices under the parameters rollout. Alright, so we'll select the following 3 points. Go ahead and scroll down until we get to the weight tool. We want to, from here, make sure that the upper cable is selected and start to bring weight down. So we'll go ahead and click this 3 times. Go ahead and deselect the first point, alt clicking it. We'll go ahead and click 3 more times. Deselect the next point. And this last point, we're going to click the button 4 times. From there, we'll go to the red point. Go ahead and select the lower cable and click 3 times to bring that point up, and then click once on that following point. And there we go. Okay, great. So now we can go ahead and take our engine control, can go ahead and alt right click, transform to 0, select the cable, head over back to display, and uncheck vertex sticks. So there we have it. We have edited the deformations of our cable. So if we were to go ahead and hit play, should see something that looks believable as the cables deform. Alright, great. So let's say we do a little bit of cleanup work by taking our envelope objects and storing them in a layer. I'll go ahead and select them all. Head over to Tools, Manage Layers. We're going to create a new layer, and we'll call this Envelope Objects. Okay, great. And we'll want to make the default layer still active, but we can now go to the Envelope Objects layer and hide them. Now we'll also want to go ahead and create a layer for our secondary controls for the engines. Okay, we don't want the animator to animate on top of them. They're locked down anyway by expressions and wired parameters. So with them selected, let's say we go ahead and create a new layer and just call this layer Objects to Hide. Great. Again, we want to make the default layer active, but we want to go ahead and make sure that Objects to Hide are those objects are hidden. Okay, when it comes time for the animator to get to work. Now we are going to actually add a little bit more motion to these secondary helpers, so I'm going to go ahead and unhide them for now. Alright, but there we go. We now have our cables deforming, and that's going to finish this lesson.